Hello then. So I'm gonna review the Jurassic Park movies, and I'm gonna go in chronological order. So the first movie, the first Jurassic Park, I don't have that much to say actually. Like, it's considered a classic, but to be perfectly honest, it has aged a little bit, even though it's not as old as other classics. But what I mean by aged is just that the effects in the movie was made it revolutionary back then. But now that we're used to seeing a bunch of CGI, you know, mess, it doesn't look as impressive as it did back then. And it doesn't help that the story is also just a little meh. Like, like the story everyone knows, like it's about dinosaurs, being re re-engineered, and they're being put in a theme park. So it's just like the first viewing of this park, and bad stuff happens. But this is the movie version of the original story by Michael Crichton, and when I actually watched this movie, um, I was actually a little disappointed because I had read the book. And if you read the book has a very, very like harsher tone. Like it in the book actually feels like well, okay, the first half feels like a science book. Like it just feels like a bunch of scientists talking to each other. But in the second half, if you watch something like, let's say, Aliens, um it's like these creatures are just something totally new to them, and they're adapting, and they're just like they're just destroying these people who have to think outside the box to live. I mean, that's how the original novel felt, but in the movie it kind of just felt like they lost some of the dark tone. Like a lot of the characters were toned down. Like I remember Jeff Goldblum's character was supposed to be a lot more critical of this than he was in the books. Critical, yeah. And also, Alan Grant's characters is like he's a little less critical to kids, and he's a little more accepting to the idea of dinosaurs. I mean, it's just the tones of the movie and the book totally different. It makes sense because if I was a movie producer, I would probably go for a lighter tone because you want to attract people, you want to attract money. So it's a little sad for me as an audience, but I can see where they're trying to get at. And the result is not that bad when you think about it, because it's still an entertaining movie, and it's still like, um, even if you watch it now, even though you're kind of not impressed with like the T-Rex breaking out the first time or the Velociraptors, it's still the story still works, and it's still nice to watch. That's what I mean. And but um but story-wise, I suggest reading the novel first before you watch the movie, because if you read the novel, of course, has the better storyline. It's just, for me, it's I was kind of disappointed with how the movie was adapted from the book. I expected it to be a little darker, but it was a little bit more for like kids, which is odd since, like, there's dinosaurs eating people. But I don't know. That's how I feel about Jurassic Park.